Hi guys. Okay, so basically today I'm gonna be doing a review of two brands and like one retailer. The retailer is Shop Hush, which I am not sponsored. They haven't sent me any sort of things to me. This is all non-biased. I just feel like there's so many reviews on YouTube that are quite biased because they got paid by the brand or they got sent those products. So I just wanted to do a review. I've been using these products for quite a long time. This is also like a haul, I guess, except I've already been using the products for a hot minute, but still, okay, it's kind of a haul. So I'm just gonna give you guys a very thorough review. I don't know if I'm gonna do swatches yet, but if I do, I'll pop them in. I hate doing swatches. I feel like they don't really represent the palettes very well. Oh, and the eye look that I'm wearing right now, I did it with 3 of the palettes, I think. And I made a tutorial of it and it's gonna be at the end. So if you wanna see the tutorial, here's a timestamp. Okay. Let's get started. Okay, first 2 palettes that I got are the Aphrodite and the Athena palette. I got these Thanksgiving time-ish or afterwards, like before Christmas for sure. And this is a dupe for the Huda Beauty Rose Gold palette, the regular one, not the remastered, because we know the tea about the remastered one. But this one is just a bunch of pinky tones, and the one thing that I do like about Bad Habit is their packaging. I feel like it's really cute and everything. For this palette, my favorite thing are the shimmers, and that's what I use it mostly for. I feel like the mattes are okay, but they're not like something to write home about if you're not very good at makeup. The good thing about these is that they're very pigmented, but they're very, very blendable. So if you mess up, you can kind of just fluff your brush around for like a minute and you'll be good. So I feel like Bad Habits palettes are very user friendly, if that makes sense. I don't know. The one thing that I really enjoy about this palette though, sorry if I keep blinding you, is the black. I used it today and it's my favorite black that I've ever used because it's very pigmented, but again, like I can blend it really easily and it's a good black. The next palette is the Athena palette. I thought that I was going to use this a lot because I love the color scheme. My favorite eyeshadow color is purple, and I just felt like these colors were going to be right up my alley, but honestly, I don't really use this as much, and it's not because of the formula, but it's just the color selection, which is not Bad Habits' fault because I don't think I explained this in the intro, but these palettes are dupes, so they're exact replicates of the original, except they're in a very cheap price. I think I bought this when it was $10, but ooh, I'll get to the tea later, but Bad Habit keeps raising its prices, so does Face Candy, because now they got some clout, and it's making me a little bit mad because they're not fixing the formula. Like if they were making a better formula and making it better, okay. But a lot of people are saying, oh, it's price and demand and quantity versus quality, but I feel like, my conspiracy theory, I saw this online, I feel like they got into some legal trouble with the original companies and they had to pay a lot in court or something like that. So now they're trying to like balance out that price by making the palettes more expensive, so I think that's a tea with that. But anyways, I really like the colors in this one, but they're just, I feel like they have no depth. They're all very light colors. Again, not Bad Habits' fault, it's more Huda Beauty's fault. This is a dupe for the Huda Beauty Desert Dusk palette, and I like this. Again, the shimmers are great. The purple kind of sucks. It's not very pigmented and it's kind of dry. It looks like this, and yeah, no, it's not. She's not cute. But the rest, the shimmers are cute, but I wouldn't use this as a standalone palette because I feel like it has no dark colors. But again, that's just me. Okay, so this next palette is from Face Candy and it's called the Milkshake palette. And it's a dupe for the Too Faced Just Peachy Mattes palette. And when I saw the Too Faced palette, I was like, yes, I'm gonna pick that up. That is my dream palette, but I didn't because it was really expensive and the reviews weren't the greatest, so I was like, you know what, let me try it but in a cheaper version. So these are the colors, and I'm trying not to blind you, but these are the colors, and they're all very, very pretty, but I feel like they don't look a lot like the actual picture of the palette that I've seen. I feel like there's a lot that are not like, these are supposed to be like reddish tones, but they look more cool tone to me. They look more purpley. These two colors are supposed to be very, very similar. Like, me just looking at the actual Just Peachy mattes, I feel like they weren't very accurate to the actual palette. Like, if I was trying to follow a tutorial, I don't think it would work out, but I still really like this, and I used it yesterday and I really, really like it. I like the formula. Again, all these eyeshadows are quite pigmented, but they're very blendable, but if you blend too much, they blend away. Next, I got these two in a set. These are the Supernova and the Solstice palettes by Bad Habit, and these two are dupes for the Natasha Denona. I know this one is a Sunset palette, but I think this one's like the Star palette. I'm not quite sure what the actual name of the palette is, but I'm gonna have it right here. But first I'm gonna start with the Sunset palette dupe, which is the Solstice palette, and it looks like this. And I really, really, really like this palette. I think this is my these two are my favorite ones that I've bought for sure. I really like the formula of this. The shimmers are a little bit flaky. If like, you have to use a wet brush, because I don't know if you can see that. Oof, I swatched it on top of that purple, but like it's really flaky. The mattes are good. The blackish color, it's not really black, it's more like a brownish black. It's okay. The other one's better though. The yellow is so good. I feel like the reason why a lot of people buy this palette or the Natasha Denona one is for the yellow, but this yellow is so bomb. It I don't know if you can see it on camera, but it's really good and it blends in really easily, but it's also very pigmented. The next one is a Supernova palette. This is like purple shades and cool tones, and I feel like my love for cool tones has grown a lot this year, and this palette has been my go-to palette for everyday looks. It's so cute. I love her. My only complaint is that if you don't use your finger or a wet brush, the shimmers can be a little bit not too shiny, I guess. And these are supposed to be like metallics, I guess. Like, I remember seeing that on the website. I mean, I'm saying like the shimmers aren't bad, but also a thing with all these palettes is that they do have a lot of fallout. So if you don't like that, just a heads up. The next two palettes I also got in a set, and I got the Amazonia and the Sahara palette, both by Face Candy. And these two are a dupe for the Kylie Jenner holiday collection. The Sahara palette is the dupe for the Nice palette. This is how it looks like. I really, really like the packaging of this. This is so cute. Like, I think this palette is okay. I feel like it's a little bit too over the place, because I thought this was going to be more of a neutral palette, but I feel like this shimmery color called Shade just kind of throws the theme off a little bit. I feel like the Date Palms color isn't the greatest. It's just not very shimmery, and it's supposed to be a shimmer. But apart from that, I really like the colors. The looks that I make are very wearable and neutral, which if you like that, then I feel like this palette is a really good buy. The next palette is the main palette that I used today, and it's the Amazonia palette by Face Candy, and it's supposed to be a dupe for the Naughty palette by Kylie Jenner. And I really, really, really like these colors. They're more like cool tones mixed with like warm tones, and you guys know that's my jam. So I really enjoyed this palette, but I feel like it has a lot of fallout on the crazier colors, I guess. Like, this red has a lot of fallout, and this blue has a lot of fallout, but apart from that, it's a pretty good palette. The shimmers in these two are beautiful, so I would really recommend these two. Honestly, these are really great. The next one is the Aura palette by Bad Habit, and this is supposed to be a dupe for the Prism palette by Anastasia Beverly Hills, and this is how she looks like. I love this palette. I've only used it twice, but both times that I've used it, it's like, it's so bomb. And the mattes are okay, but I would buy this palette for the shimmers. The shimmers make me live. I haven't used this yellow one, this yellow matte, because like I've been saving it for a look, but I've just been too lazy to make it. But oof, I really want to try it, so I don't know how that is. But the shimmers, this is my favorite color in the palette. It's called Ecstasy, and it's so pretty. It's like a, I don't know, a dark green color, and I used ethereal in one of my tutorials on Instagram, and I'm gonna add all the links to all the tutorials that I've made on Instagram with these palettes so you guys can get a better look. And the very last palette that I got is the Inferno palette by Bad Habit. It looks like this, and it's a little bit smaller than these palettes, as you can see, and they do come with the same amount of shades, I think. Oh no, this one has 12, sorry. The other ones have, like the ones like these have 14 shades. This one has 12, and this is how she looks like. This is one of my favorites because honestly I haven't been wearing much like crazier makeup, and I've been kind of really into neutrals lately, so this is so good. This is a dupe for the Naked Heat palette by Urban Decay, and I never really bought it because I don't like Urban Decay's formula, but I really like the colors, so I feel like this is just a really good way to kind of get a taste for what Urban Decay would be like. And this formula, the shimmers are a lot like Urban Decay shimmers. The mattes though, in my opinion, are just a little bit better. I feel like Urban Decay mattes are not pigmented enough, and these again are very pigmented, but if you blend a lot, they kind of blend into nothing. You just have to have like a good technique to get the most out of these palettes. Like if you are good with eyeshadow, or if you're a beginner, I feel like you can really get your buck out of these palettes because they're just so wearable. So if you're a beginner, I feel like those would be good. But also if you're pretty advanced into makeup like I am, I feel like if you finesse a little bit with them, you could really get an amazing look out of them without having to spend hundreds and hundreds of dollars in eyeshadow palettes. Now here is the tutorial of this makeup look right here, which is super easy to do. I just wanted to show you guys what you could do with these eyeshadows. Now, while I used to very much like these two brands, Bad Habit and Face Candy, I feel like lately they've been kind of selling into the hype that they've been getting, or the fame that they've been getting from social media, and they've been raising their prices a lot. All these palettes used to cost like $10. This one used to cost $10, but they raised the price to $12, and from $12, which is how much these cost, they just came out with a dupe for the Soft Glam palette by Anastasia, but instead of $12, it is now $16, so they've made like a $4 jump, and that's a 60% markup price from their original prices. Like this one and the ones before, like the Retro Love, were $10, which had the same amount of shades as this one, so there's not really like a reason as to why they're raising all these prices, except that they have more customers now and they want to get as much money out of them, which as a business it doesn't look good, and many are saying it's already cheap, and I would prefer much buying these palettes over the real ones because they're still, you know, a lot cheaper than the real ones. But if you look at it in a business perspective point of view, and I'm not into business. I took a business class in high school, but that's about it. It's quite brave for them to do such a price markup, and I feel like again they did it because they got into legal troubles. But I don't like what they're doing, and I don't know if I'm gonna be supporting them anymore. But these are just some of the palettes that I got, and I got them to review them for you guys, but also, you know, for me, because I needed to grow my collection. Now I have more than enough palettes for sure. But I just wanted to make this video to kind of give you guys a non-biased opinion towards all of this. And my final thoughts are basically, if you're a beginner at makeup, you can't afford makeup like me. I'm a student. I don't have a job. I'm very, very broke. These are really great, but if you have the money to buy them, support the real artist, support the brand, but just keep these brands in the back of your mind. Like, you know, be conscious of what you're buying and of what the brand stands for. And if you don't like what the brand stands for like I don't like what Huda Beauty stands for, then go right ahead and get the dupe. But I'm just saying, this is kind of some shady business that Bad Habit and Face Candy are doing. Anyways, I hope you guys liked the video. Please give it a big thumbs up and comment down below what you think of these brands that are duping other palettes. What's your opinion? Do you think it's wrong? And let's just have a conversation down below. If you're not subscribed to my channel, click that red button down below, and please click the notification button, because honestly nowadays it doesn't matter if you're subscribed to a channel, you're still not gonna get the videos I make, because YouTube hates everyone apparently. So please click that bell button, and now it has like a setting that you only get certain times. Like, you don't get all the videos, you only get occasionally notifications. So if you could just click always. I barely even post, so again, like, I'm not gonna be annoying you too much, don't worry. So if you could really support my channel, it would be great. And yeah, I hope you guys liked the video, and see you in my next one. Bye.